Wait, what? I can do that? This is Eric Bell with Wait, what? Financial matters that matter for business and the people that own them. I got to tell this story first, Jamar. I didn't even know what a podcast was till I came to one of your meetings, one of your mixers, and I met Brian, our producer. And it's funny. I told Brian, he said, you should have a podcast. I said, man, I don't know what that is. He goes, well, you got it on your phone. I said, I don't have it on my phone. So he took my phone, which was an i5 at the time, and showed me where it was. So I stood corrected. Here I am 43 episodes in and doing it on YouTube now. So hey. I love it. I love it. Thanks for that introduction, man.
Nah, that's just a testament to who you are, man. You move with the time. So
I'm trying to.
Right.
I'm trying to. But Brian, with Brian and Sitch Radio, you don't have to do much. Just show up and talk. That's all you got to do.
He awesome. He awesome.
Yeah. And I want to. You're a master trader in Bitcoin, and a lot of terms are going around. So I kind of wanted to go through some definitions, like what's Bitcoin versus crypto versus.
Right.
I want to tell you about the piggy bank too.
Well, yeah, you got to tell me about that piggy bank. I haven't seen what else since I was young.
This is Karen. Anytime that you use an acronym, $5 goes in here. So you got to say the whole word. And the reason is a lot of our listeners who are business owners, they don't know what that means.
Hey, you coming here to make money, huh? You invited me in. You want me to put the money in the piggy bank?
Just don't use any acronyms. That's all it is.
Sounds good.
Or if you say NFT, tell us what NFT that word is, and I won't charge you.
That's the deal.
If you say NFT without telling us what it is, and you got to pay.
All right, I got you.
Anyway, can you tell me what crypto is versus Bitcoin, or what, help me understand.
Yeah, so cryptocurrency, that is actually money, and it's digital money. So the same way that we use dollars or yen, currencies are historically has been distributed by countries. Whatever government, they issue their own currency.
Right.
And so when you come to cryptocurrency, it is a currency issued by people, through a digital electronic. So like through a computer. When it comes to Bitcoin is just one of the cryptocurrencies.
Okay.
So you can there's 12,000 cryptocurrencies out there.
Oh, wow.
Anyone can create a cryptocurrency.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the one that's used that's going to get recognized. And so right now, all over the globe, Bitcoin is the most recognized currency. That's cryptocurrency.
Now, are there several different Bitcoins?
Now, there's one Bitcoin.
Okay.
And when you hear the term altcoins, that means alternative coins. Okay. Anything that's not Bitcoin is considered a altcoin.
But you only deal in Bitcoin?
No, I deal in all the coins.
Oh, do you? Okay.
I deal in the coins that have volume and rise in price, because there's opportunity. The same way that we have Forex and we have currencies all over the world. Mm-hmm. Like you have the pound, you have the yen, you have the euro, you have the Swiss francs. Those are all different currencies from different countries, and we can trade them all.
Okay.
So inside cryptocurrency, it's the same as you have multiple currencies that are digital, mm-hmm. and you're able to trade them all.
I joined your group probably about 2 years ago to kind of give advice to some of your people.
Right.
DCG, and you got a following, big time following. A lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of people from age range was as old as me to as young as 19 were there.
Yes, sir.
Can you talk about DCG a little bit? Tell me more how you formed that, when you formed it, why you formed it.
So DCG stands for Decentralized Crypto Group.
Okay. I'm glad you said that. Yeah, I was trying to pull you into that one.
Decentralized Crypto Group, we call it the Digital Currency Group. DCG is really an acronym for freedom. And we wanted to have, financial freedom through cryptocurrency and trading. Mm-hmm. And so the whole aspect of crypto is about community.
Okay.
It's about peer-to-peer. It means that me and you can interact, and we can act as banks ourselves. And so DCG,
that's what when you say own your own bank, that's what you're talking about.
That's when I say own your own bank, become your own bank, it is that right now with the opportunity in cryptocurrency, it gives you the opportunity to do everything that a bank does. Mm-hmm. The reason why banks were developed is because back in the olden days, people would store their gold or coins, and they would get robbed. They wanted to have their money safe.
Right.
So, people historically have trusted the government, trusted banks to hold all their wealth. Mm-hmm. Right. And now we're moving in a digital world where that's an old term. Like we're no longer worried about someone coming in and taking all of our wealth, or my grandma used to have cash under the bed.
Mattress, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like, times has moved forward, and now we have the ability to become our own bank. Cryptocurrency is it is a secure currency that you can hold on any electronic device.
I want to kind of step back to process. When I came to your group in Florida, that's when I first joined. People were on their computers all day long.
Right.
And I was like, I can't do this. I mean, I know I wouldn't be on the computer. I don't have that patience. I just wouldn't follow it that well.
Right.
Then when I came to San Diego, it was like nobody was on their computer. I mean, what happened? I don't understand what happened between Florida and San Diego.
Right. I mean, the thing is that, when you came to a trading event in Orlando, traders were there to come trade, and they were there to learn or share strategies on trading.
Okay.
So we have option traders, stock traders, forex traders, cryptocurrency traders. There was a time that all the traders were meshing, and they wanted to learn from each other and share strategies. So I hang with a lot of entrepreneurs and master traders that are, real savvy. Then when we were in San Diego, that was more of our retreat. And so we do a lot of swing trading. A lot of the traders in that was a DCG event in San Diego, where digital currency, decentralized crypto, our whole goal was to introduce our strategies that are longer term. That's where you met Jay Johnson and Tiala Kidd, where one of them was buying NFTs, one of them were doing your own bank. And so that event was more of, we're making money over a period of time, whereas the event in Orlando was more of day traders coming together and swing traders, and they're sharing and they're trading.
Yeah.
So, it's no different. It was just that the environment allowed us to share.
And you guys were up late, 1, 2 o'clock, and 3 o'clock in the morning. Is it a 24/7 market, or what is it?
So currency, money is a 24/7 market.
Okay.
Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, Forex, that is all currency. The dollar, it never stops being traded. So, for people that, want to get into the markets, you don't have to do it from 8 to 5 or you don't have to do it like a job. You can do it whenever you want. So a lot of our traders, they can trade at 2 o'clock in the morning, at 4 o'clock in the morning. A lot of people make, their weekly salary overnight.
Right.
So, the time it is, we live a different lifestyle. We live a freedom lifestyle. My family comes first, and then I'm able to trade after. So I do a lot of trading when they go to sleep. I trade between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. And so only have to trade a couple hours a day during that time. And then I spend my days with my family or here with you, friends, or here helping people trade during the day.
Now, you're a master trader in Bitcoin. How long have you been doing this?
I've been in Bitcoin since 2016.
Okay.
I was buying Bitcoin when it was about $300.
I remember you were. And I remember you told me I should get some, and I looked at you like you were crazy because I didn't know what the hell Bitcoin was.
Yeah.
I should have bought some, but I didn't know,
Yeah, I mean, that is the thing with trading, is a lot of people, we've been, taught to trust other people, and that's good. It's good to have experts that you work with. Like for you, I come to you from all my asset protection. I come to you for taxes. Those are things that you're an expert at.
Right.
But when it comes to money, we all spend a lot of our time trying to make money. And once we make money, we need to have some type of ownership. And Bitcoin was giving individuals the opportunity to own something that wasn't issued by a government. If a bank issues your money or the government issues your money, when they stop, how do you still survive?
Right.
And so it's a alternative currency, and it gives you a backup land.
Right.
That, hey, I still can use crypto. That is the freedom that cryptocurrency gives you, that if your accounts are frozen, your credit cards don't work, you have bad credit, you still can borrow from yourself in crypto.
Wow. Okay. That's being your own bank.
Being your own bank.
So, back to the age groups, I saw people from 19 to in their 60s there.
Right.
Some on the older side, there were real estate developers there. There were people who had commercial properties. On the younger side, there were people who just were still in college but working a job.
Right.
I mean, how do you manage all the different?
So it's a mastermind, and one thing doesn't matter if you're 20 or 60, people still want the independence and freedom.
Right.
And so they are able to do that through trading, because trading doesn't have any ageism,
Mm-hmm.
no colorism, no sexism. You know, it is available to everyone. So a lot of the 60-year-old, 65-year-olds, they're retired. Some of them retired or they're transitioning. They're getting let go of their job, and they have funds. It's like, hey, now your funds should work for you. You don't need to retire and work for Walmart or have a secondary job. You can actually just trade your own funds.
You used an acronym. I caught you on that. I wrote it down. Use Forex.
Forex. No, that's
you didn't say foreign exchange.
Does it really stand? Forex is for hey, you tricking me here.
I'm just kidding you, man. I'm just kidding. Hey, so NFTs, I heard a lot about that acronym. Can you tell me what that is and how that works?
So it's a non-fungible token.
Okay.
Right. And non-fungible is when you have a coin, that is a asset that you can give to another person and you no longer have access to it. A non-fungible token is really a smart contract built into a asset. So built into a piece of art, built into a video, built into anything digital. It is something that is not physical here, but it exists intellectually, like an art content,
sports cards.
Yeah, those are all non-fungible, right?
When I was a kid, I had a stack of sports cards. Football, basketball, everything. And when I saw people buying them on through the system, I was like, wow, I couldn't get my head around that. And then Talia, who does extremely well on it,
right?
When I think we were in Florida,
right?
And she bought this tennis shoe.
We bought tennis shoes.
She bought it for like $1,000, and then the next day it was worth $9,000, something like that.
Yeah, we got up to $60,000 for the picture of the shoe.
Yeah, a picture of a shoe.
And then we got the shoe about 3 months later in the mail.
Okay, you got the hard shoe in the mail.
We got the hard shoe in the mail.
Okay,
because that is the future of actually clothing. I'm working with a few clothing lines, and really, as a representation, you can buy access to a image and then redeem the clothing at a later date.
Now, what about art? Can you redeem art that way too, or how does that work? Or is art just going to stay digital?
So for artists, it actually it works different. They can create some artists don't want to part with their physical art, so they can create a digital representation, put it on the blockchain, and say, hey, now you have an original from my wallet to yours, and now you have number from 1 to 10.
Oh, so it has a serial number on it.
Yeah, the serial number.
Okay.
So now that artist can sell 10 of those paintings to the whole entire world. But what really the smart contract does is now anytime that person transfers that piece of art, he can get a royalty. He can get 5 or 10% based on that art being sold. So now his family would be able to benefit. There's a lot of art that's been created over the years, and once it's sold by an auction house or sold by the artist, his family never benefits again from it. So with digital currency and with NFTs now, you sell a piece of art, your family or you can get paid forever on royalties.
And I didn't get the art thing until, Talia talked to me a little bit, but I'm into, I buy a picture, I hang it on my wall.
Right.
I was like, why would I buy a piece of art that's in my phone or on my computer? I couldn't understand that. But again, I saw the turnaround on that, how stuff was going up, spiking up.
It's proof of ownership though.
Yeah, proof of ownership.
Right.
Yeah.
So think about this. You have a lot of people that buy gold. Right. And the thing with gold is we can go buy all this gold. Most times the people will never even see it. It's in that warehouse somewhere.
That's true.
Right.
That's true.
And then who verifies is that's real gold that you bought?
Right.
You never seen the gold.
Yeah.
And you bought a bunch of gold and it's in a warehouse, but all that gold could be fake. Right.
Wow.
It could be fake. And so you can go collect your gold and then realize that, hey, you bought a bunch of fake gold because you've never seen it. So with the NFT and with with things you buy on a blockchain, it's a proof of record that this is authentic. If you're selling it, I can see who else you also sold it to, or I can see that I own this one and this is a record for the entire world to see.
I mean, I know the process of joining DCG, but tell me if I want to join DCG and have you guide me on Bitcoin, how does that all work? What do you got going on?
So normally I have free courses, and then I have, it has historically been referral only. So anyone that comes in to say, I know Eric Bell, and it's peer-to-peer. And so they send me a message, I send them a link, and then from there they sign up, and then they get a welcome letter. and it gives them steps of things to get started. We have it's like being invited to a special club. We call it the New Money Club.
Okay.
And, from there, we get them on a foundation, the fundamentals of here's what you need to know. And then we have classes. We have 5 live classes a day being taught by real people.
All the time. You got classes going on all the time.
All the time. So this way a person is never alone, because the biggest thing in crypto is if you learn it on your own or you go on the internet and something new, you can't ask a question, or you don't know if you're really being taught what it is right today, and you're guessing, and you don't want to become your own bank and you're guessing about it. Is this right or wrong?
Mm-hmm.
So it is real protection inside of a community, and also having that live feedback. Right. Being able to ask one that, hey, am I doing this correctly? There's a lot of scams going out there. There's no customer service in crypto. There's not a 800 number you can call. Right. And so
you guys are the 800 number.
We are the 800 number.
That's right.
So there's a lot of value in that, because that is why people are scared to get into crypto. That's one of the cons, is that they don't know who to trust.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And they don't know. A lot of times people don't trust themselves.
Right. On something new, you don't know if you're doing it right or wrong.
You're moving 5,000 or 10,000.
Yeah.
You don't want to hit the wrong number and it disappears. So we tell guys to come in. They always ask, how much do we need? This is $5.
Mm-hmm.
Because it doesn't matter if you're going through the process with $5 or 5,000. It's the same as that process.
Okay.
So
that's good to know.
You don't need to lose any money when you first get in. You don't ever have to lose money. You just need to understand that here's the process. Here's the steps we take to secure our funds.
I've been hearing a lot about crypto funds.
Right.
And to me, I kind of equate that to like a mutual fund. It's somebody who's running a crypto fund and trying to get investors in, and you get a part of their
percentages
or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
So
works?
There's decentralized funds now. There's so that means that people pull their money in, and a fund manager has a smart contract. He trades the funds, and then it's dispersed out the profits on a scheduled basis, where there's no chance he can run away with the funds, because they're in a decentralized pool.
Mm-hmm.
And there's liquidity there, and you can see the liquidity day to day. There's no withdrawal fees. There's only a percentage of gains that are going to automatically be dispersed.
Well, you got liquidity too if I'm buying it direct, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can buy directly from the exchanges. We can't.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're guiding me and I'm buying directly,
I
can get out in and out as often as I want.
Get it in and out as often.
I'm trying to figure what the advantages of being in a fund.
Just that
you're not going to do the trading.
They're not going to do the trading.
Okay.
And
the returns aren't going to be the same, I would think.
Not going to be the same.
Yeah, he's going to, because I would think the fund manager wants a piece of that action.
He wants a big piece.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So even with a big piece is traditionally more than what you'll get in the bank.
Mm-hmm. I've been hearing this term Metaverse. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, Metaverse.
What does that mean?
Meta means beyond the future.
Okay.
Beyond the universe.
Didn't Facebook change something to Meta or something?
They're
like
Meta now.
Okay.
So Metaverse this is where we're going, where everything is into. So remember, let me give you an example. Remember playing Super Mario Brothers or Nintendo as a kid, or
they didn't have that when I was a kid, man.
Well,
but I hear you. I saw it. I know what you're talking about.
You guys are playing a different game back then.
Pong. We were playing Pong.
So, this is the ability to actually jump inside the game and become a character or become a player inside the game. Right. And so it is going into a virtual world and having assets that you can actually own and sell. So the whole metaverse is saying that everything that we're doing in this physical world, even if you're running a business,
mm-hmm.
right, in this physical world, you're running a real estate business, you can go set that same business up inside the metaverse, and you can sell property, sell land, and you can earn money. We have people earning full-time income inside the games.
Wow.
So now, business owners have the opportunity to make two incomes,
mm-hmm.
whereas you can make income in the physical world and you can make income in the metaverse, because you have people making a full-time living inside the games. Imagine being a Mario brother inside of Nintendo, and you're making all that money there, and now you can pull it out.
Pull it out for real. It's
pull it out for real.
Right. Yeah. Wow. Okay.
So even the clothes I make, I have a pair of shoes on, Nike and Adidas. They are in the metaverse, and they're actually making shoes and wearables for avatars. So so we're sitting here physically, Now we have a person inside a video game, and maybe we're 60-year-old here. Now we have a 20-year-old here, and now he has a life inside this game where he can buy the wearables, he buys clothes, he buys food, he buys everything that he would buy in the real world. But we're having an economy inside of there.
It's all new to me, man.
It's all new, right?
As you know, I have a problem with my cell phone, so this is different stuff for me. Yeah. And I guess that's what I'm trying to. I got a lot of business owners on here.
Right.
Most of them are my age, and maybe a little bit younger, maybe a little bit older. And just getting your mind around this stuff that we're talking about right now, as well as running your business, it's just a hard thing. I guess maybe it's in my head.
Yeah, but
some people are going to pick it up, some people won't. I guess, huh?
Yeah, I think a lot of people will though, because say right now we're on a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Before, what did we have to do to talk to 20,000 people or 100,000 people? We had to go and pay for a place, and we had to get all these people here.
Right.
Now we just open up the laptop and we have access to 50,000 people.
Right.
So now with the Metaverse, the entire world, we had a product that we were selling. Maybe I was an artist and I was selling a piece of art on a corner of Jamboree in Red Hill or at a corner, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was a famous artist, but I was here locally in Laguna. And only the people that came to Laguna was able to buy my art.
Right.
But now I have the entire world
being able
that
to view
can see it. They can view it.
Yeah.
And now the entire world is bidding on it.
Wow. It's a lot.
There's a lot of opportunity. And I think the business owners, they need to realize that all the money that they're holding in the bank, they also could be making money by providing liquidity for these metaverses. You put 10,000 in or 100,000 and they're using real capital to actually fund.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're basically just started up a bank.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're a bank with no banking license and your money is secured by a secure contract.
Mm-hmm.
They can't pull it out. They only can borrow it for a short amount of time, and they have to put assets up to borrow it.
I liked about DCG when I first met you guys in Florida, and I told several people, I think I told you this too, is how you guys are all collaborating, helping everybody. It wasn't like, I know the answer, I'm not going to tell you. Everybody was helping each other. You should buy this, trade this, do that. I was like, wow, I've never seen that type of collaboration and camaraderie in a long time.
So
how do you get that type of atmosphere in there? That's basically who you let in, huh?
I mean, it's who we let in. We let in people. It's a mastermind.
Right.
So the guys that come in, one, we know that every person that we bring in, it makes the mastermind better. And so the reason they're coming in, they want to be able to gain wealth and generate income. We all pour into them so they can actually gain wealth and get the income.
Mm-hmm.
And now there's an ecosystem there. But secondly, crypto is only one of the few places, cryptocurrency in this community is one of the few places that if I give you my wealth, I create more for myself. So imagine this. I got 100 acres. If I give you 50 acres, I give you half of mine, right? I actually lose 50 acres. If I have 100 acres of property, I give you 50 acres. I lose 50 acres, right? And so, it was worth $1 million. Now my property is only worth 500,000, right? But now if I have crypto, I get you into crypto. You buy from somewhere else, or you buy from me. I give you 100,000. I give you 500,000 of my crypto, right? Even if I cut it in half, as I got you in, now you go buy more. You raise the value of my crypto. The more buyers we get in, the more people we get into crypto, the more we all benefit.
Is that one of the challenges when I look at crypto going forward? Is more people getting involved, or what would you say the challenges are in crypto?
I mean, well, the biggest challenge is always scammers. In the IRS.
Okay.
Right. The IRS, I think they put out a request to have 75 billion allocated to collecting on taxes
for crypto traders.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, they didn't say it for crypto, but there's a digital world.
And I saw on the I think it's a 1140, 1040, whatever. There's a little thing you got to check.
You have to check.
Yeah.
There's so many people that's made so much money, and so what happened? What happened in 1930s, right? You had the Great Depression, and all the people that went through that Great Depression, when they came out of it, they started hoarding gold, hoarding everything, right? The assets. They were like, they never wanted to go through that again, where they couldn't get food, they couldn't get materials, so they started hoarding everything.
Right.
The government came out and says, hey, you know what? Everyone, we want to confiscate all the gold. You guys can't have gold. We're going to issue you paper money. But right now, you have a lot of crypto people that's been in since 2010, 11. They have billions, millions of dollars in crypto. But they know that if they transfer it back into the bank account, they're going to get taxed on it.
Right.
So now people are just saying, hey, you know what? I ever have to work again, have all this funds. I just bring over what I need.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the reason why now that when new people get in, they're going to have a different scenario, because they know that if, we had something just in end of December in California talking about taxing unrealized gains,
Mm-hmm.
And that is because the people that are in crypto, we could be walking around with millions, and we're not going to, only thing, they're all long-term investments at this point. The only thing that we get taxed on is what we move over.
Yeah, taxing on an unrealized gain, that's
crazy,
that's
right?
crazy.
It's a
Real
new
crazy to
world.
me. That's real crazy. Yeah.
And I think business owners out there are not realizing that we just went through COVID. We went through a whole, something they probably never thought they would experience in their lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
And now, especially what you do, helping people with, their tax situations, we're moving into a whole new world where it's going to get, the taxing situation,
It's gonna get worse.
It's going to get worse.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, we already see it. And for them to even mention unrealized gains and no one batted an eye, it's like, do you hear what they're saying?
Yeah, hopefully Congress, because they got a lot of unrealized gains in Congress. I'm hoping that they won't vote on that, or vote negative on that.
Right.
Hey, so as far as crypto helping business owners, how would a business owner use crypto? In what way?
So many ways right now that we're helping, like even their employees. I mean, you see Odell Beckham says, "Hey, I want to get paid in crypto."
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's valuable employees that are asking to be paid.
Right.
One, you can retain. You'll be more attractive to potential employees if you're paying off in crypto.
Mm-hmm.
But also, people were willing to take less funds. I had a contractor out in Newport Beach that says, "Hey, man, my general contractor told me that he would take, I owe him 700,000. He will take 650 if I paid him in crypto."
Wow.
And so a 50,000 discount if you were able to get crypto. That's one way. The payroll, you can actually do your payroll. Second, if you're accepting crypto and you're putting it and you're providing liquidity and using this to become your own bank, instead of you putting your funds into a bank where you're not really earning, you can actually put it into a liquidity account.
Mm-hmm.
You can earn 10-20% a month. You can also learn leverage. You can borrow from yourself. So say you have 100,000 and you wanted to use that liquidity and borrow 50,000. Now you have 150,000 now.
Okay.
So
you still got the 100 working for you.
You still got the 100 working for you, and
right.
you pulled out 50,000
as a loan
on your crypto.
Wow.
With no credit reporting, no taxes. I mean, there's a lot of benefits for business owners to adopt cryptocurrency. And then also you have no chargebacks, right?
Right.
If a person disputed anything, they can't go dispute it to Wells Fargo. They can't dispute it from the Visa. You don't have to worry about your account ever being shut down. If you're doing online merchants, you can accept the crypto, and once it's there, only you have to give it back manually. You have to send it back to someone.
When I see all the big players getting involved, I'm talking billionaires and millionaires and big corporations, it seems like crypto's not going to go anywhere. It's going to be here forever.
Oh yeah, it's definitely here forever. I mean, 98% of all banks are
in crypto now.
They're
in one form or another.
They're in one form or have, implemented the blockchain. Mm-hmm. You have PayPal, Venmo, Cash App. You have all these. Banking has to evolve, right? And so Starbucks have more money being deposited in Starbucks than most regional banks because people are loading up their cards.
Right.
So the idea of banking is changing. A lot of my traders, they don't use a bank account. They have a TD Ameritrade account, or they have a Schwab account, right? Yeah. And they can go there and they can do their same banking function at something that's a private corporation.
Right. Right.
Same thing with PayPal. A lot of people have funds on PayPal, have it on Stripe. They don't move it back over to a bank account.
Wow. So what kind of goals you got for this year? It's early in the year. What do you plan? What do you see for Bitcoin and cryptos and all that stuff?
So the cryptocurrency, for me, it's partnerships. Okay. I believe in a community-based, future where I believe that everyone is developing their tribes. And for me, it's establishing partnerships to help companies get into crypto, help individuals, and to grow the community that I have. Because at the end of the day, we're self-sufficient. We do a lot of business amongst ourselves. So I like to compare it to BNI on steroids. We have our own network,
right,
and we're able to make money in its location lists. We can be anywhere in the world and still network.
So, as far as advice to people who are, this is going to be their first time getting into it, or let's say they did it a little bit, but they kind of let it drop off. What advice would you give people that want to get into crypto or Bitcoin or NFTs or any of that kind of stuff?
Yeah, the biggest thing is, come join the community because
where you can learn something.
You can learn something. And you can be protected.
Mm-hmm.
Things move so fast that if you're reading a book from 8 months ago, things have changed in the last 3 months.
Really?
Like it moves so fast. Think about this. We're in a currency that has technology.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always evolving.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of protection in people that's actually doing it. There's no professor out there. There's no college course out there. There's no trade school you can go to. This is the cutting edge. Like we're on Metaverse and the NFTs, and there's a advantage in speed. Being able to implement and do things in real time will pay off really high especially for business owners and guys that actually have funds. People that are learning, they have a little bit of money, and so they're not trying to make money. They're just trying to learn.
Right.
People that have funds right now, they can take advantage of being early into this market.
I saw a lot of volatility, and I think it still exists in Bitcoin. You see it on the watching CNBC or something like that. I see Bitcoin down there.
It's volatility.
A lot of volatility.
It's volatility for the people that don't know, retail people, right?
Okay.
Because they're coming in and they're just buying what's available on centralized exchanges. There's a lot of security, but there's a lot of opportunity in places that are growing, providing liquidity to the exchanges. You're getting paid off the fees, so you can limit the exposure to the fluctuation of Bitcoin prices. Coinbase made the most amount of money in 2019 and 20 based on the amount of transactions and trading that was going on. So in NFTs, there's gas fees. There's a lot of things there's a lot of artists that have held their value because they are the shoes that we bought. They were artifact, and we bought those last year. I think when you came to Orlando, $2,500. Nike just bought that entire brand, the virtual clothing line brand, and they cashed out billions.
Wow.
So being invested in that early, it was like they were one of the leaders in the fashion world in crypto. But having that information and knowing that, hey, this is a solid and they're growing, being able to invest in Coke or Ford early, it's still an opportunity where over time, no one is really lost.
One of the things I saw when we were in San Diego and you talked about it, is you kind of have I don't want to call it a Bible because that's kind of sacrilegious, but you had something that was, you knew when to buy, when to sell. And if people stuck to what you told them,
right,
they'd make money.
So we have an Oracle playbook, inside.
Playbook. Okay.
And we have, all of the analysts we've been, so in the stock market, you have hundreds of years of data. In crypto, we have the last 11 years. We could track every day and all the time that it moves. We have technology. So money moves in cycles, and there's a lot of things that are, cycles inside of crypto. There's things that have happened over the last 10 or 11 years that gives us an edge.
You can predict what's going to happen. Okay.
We can forecast.
Yeah.
The same way that I worked at, at a trade desk, and we have analysts. There's no bank out there. There's no hedge fund out there that's trading alone. Right. It's not one person pushing a button like the retail people are trying to go to a, like you say, people open up a laptop and they're trading by themselves. That never really happens in the corporate world or with big hedge funds. Everyone's collaborating. Right. And there's protection in that. And so inside of our report, there's protection in the best plays every month and every day.
Yeah. So if people just stuck to that, they don't have to trade every day.
They don't have to trade every day.
Just do what you want to do. Stick to what, get in and get out when you tell them to.
Get in and get out.
Wow. Okay. That's good to know. Yeah.
And so it's like a cheat code.
So if someone wanted to get involved with DCG, they can call me, if they want, and I'll connect them to you. But how would they do that? Could they just go to DCG.com or what do they do?
Yeah, they can actually send me a message, JamarJames.com. Use my name. They can send a message there, contact us, or contact you. Yeah,
you can always contact me at 714-643-2500, and my extension is 420.
Okay.
Thanks for being here, Jamar.
Hey,
did I miss anything, or anything left?
No. Hey, we good.
Okay, you just owe Karen $5. That's all.
Hey, I'm bringing that money here. I have some hundreds.
She'll accept those. We'll get you changed next month.
Next month. Let's put it in there.
All right. Thanks for being here, Jamar.
I'll put that on top.